What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am a full-time blogger and Instagrammer and now turned YouTuber, so I'm putting out new videos on YouTube every single day, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on anything. But today's video, you can tell by the title, is all about my fake teeth. I get asked about my teeth all the time on Instagram. Most of you guys want to know how they're so white, if I did braces, so I thought I would sit down and do this video and just talk about all the things on why I decided to get veneers, the process, the cost, everything that you guys asked me on Instagram. So let's go ahead and get started. So why I decided to get veneers is because I've done braces twice. I did Invisalign Express and it didn't work for me. My teeth were not straight after doing it. So I did it again and my teeth were pretty good, like for all intents and purposes they looked fine, but no, they weren't completely straight, which when you pay for braces you want your teeth to be straight, but they were okay, so I wasn't super worried about it, and I've always had decently white teeth, and so I mean it really didn't bother me until my wisdom teeth came in and it shifted them even more. So my top teeth were okay, but my bottom teeth were completely overlapping, and it was something that I personally was self-conscious about. So I looked into doing Invisalign again, but I didn't have a ton of faith in that whole process because it hadn't worked for me twice. And I definitely didn't want to do metal braces. I'm 25 years old, just a personal preference. I did not want to have to do metal braces. So then I thought, okay, next thing would be to look into veneers. And on my own, I talked to several dentists a year before getting veneers, and I've had my veneers for a year now. So 2 years ago, I talked to some dentists about the process of getting them, and both of those dentists did the method of sawing your teeth down into spikes, and it just was something that I couldn't get over. So I was like, never mind, I'll put that on the back burner. And it was something that I figured I would eventually do, but I just couldn't at the time quite make the hump with it. And then fast forward about a year, a girlfriend of mine who was another blogger had partnered with a dentist office and her teeth were stunning, and she reached out to me that she gave them my name. So full disclosure, I did partner with them, not for this video though, but at the time when I talked about them on Instagram a year ago, I did partner with them, but all opinions are my own, so I'm going to tell you guys about the whole process. But they reached out to me and asked if I was interested in veneers, and I was like, yeah, I'll come in and talk to you guys about it. And their method was different, which is what instantly made me be like, yes, I'm on board, because they do saw your teeth down, but they don't make them like the crazy scary spikes like a lot of the traditional veneer process is. They just lightly saw them down on the front and sand them down a little bit, just like the length down a little bit, just enough to fit the veneer over it. And so it just made me feel a little bit better, because if I do the veneer pop off, there is a tooth under there. I'm not saying that it will match the rest of my teeth, but I felt like, okay, I'm not gonna look like a monster if my tooth just pops off. One of the questions that I get is how long the process takes for veneers. My dentist does it differently now, but I'm just gonna go off of my experience. So I had to have several appointments before even prepping my teeth for the veneers, because my teeth weren't in the best shape to begin with. So I had an appointment for filling some cavities and getting a teeth cleaning. I didn't even know I had cavities. Thanks, Dr. Sater, for letting me know. Oh, I went to the dental studio, by the way. I'll put their handle here, and I went to Dr. Sater. So I had an appointment for that, teeth cleaning and getting my cavities filled. I had another appointment for getting all 4 wisdom teeth removed, which was actually such a breeze. I've heard so many horror stories about people getting their wisdom teeth out, and I actually went to a blogger event that evening after getting my wisdom teeth out. My brother drove me, but I was really fine. So I don't know if that's just me or my dentist, but he was awesome. And actually he's a prosthodontist, so he specializes in the cosmetic dentistry side, but he did do my regular dentist work as well. My regular teeth work as well. I don't know the proper term for that. And then I had a third appointment for actually whitening my teeth. So my teeth, like I said, were already pretty white, and the thing about teeth whitening that a lot of people don't tell you, and a lot of teeth whitening companies won't tell you, is your teeth can only go so white. So you do cap out at what it's possible to do with your teeth. My teeth go pretty white already, and so he whitened them and then color matched my teeth now to what they were already before. So people all the time are like, oh, well, your teeth are so white because you had your veneers, but my dentist was able to take my teeth to that beforehand, and that's why my teeth on the side, because I only have my veneers from it's still a lot of fake teeth, but I have my veneers from canine to canine on the top and bottom, but all of my molars and my back teeth all match it perfectly because we whitened the teeth before. And then on my 4th appointment, so I was about a month in on the prepping process, is whenever he actually sawed my teeth down, which I'll insert a photo of what that looks like here. It's really not as scary as it sounds. It freaked me out as well, but it's really not as scary as it sounds. And took impressions of my teeth, and that's what he sent off to the lab for the lab to make my teeth. And in the meantime, I got temp teeth put on for a few weeks, which was probably the worst part of the whole process. And it still wasn't terrible having temp teeth. You just had to babysit your teeth a little bit more, and because of the material that they were made out of, they would stain really easily. So my teeth started out really white and then kind of slowly looked more yellow as the 2 weeks went on. Also, my dentist did not put me under for any of this work, which was another factor of why I decided to go with him. I've seen a lot of people get veneers that had to be put under, and I'm just not about that unless I just absolutely have to. Like, I did get a breast augmentation done this past May. I'll put a link to my videos here about that, and I went under, but that's really the last and only thing that I want to be put under for. I don't want to unnecessarily be put under, I guess. So I'm glad that my dentist didn't do that. He did numb me out. So whenever we got ready to prep my teeth, and this was the same thing for whenever he got ready to remove my wisdom teeth, is he would rub a gel on it and that would help numb it out, and then they would inject me, this is supposed to be a needle, with another numbing solution. Honestly, I don't know the name of it. That would make me have zero feeling in my teeth. The worst thing about it wasn't the pain. You could kind of like smell it. You could kind of smell your teeth, and like the noise maybe might bother you, but I honestly thought it was fine. And I'm obsessed with my teeth now, so definitely worth it. So like I said, I had the temp teeth for 2 weeks, and actually my temp teeth, some of them popped off the day before my dentist appointment, and I could have definitely called my dentist office and gone in and they would have seen me and gotten me new teeth, but I knew I was about to go back in anyway, so I was like, that's fine. And it really wasn't that scary. So what I'm saying about the teeth being sawed down is it's fine. It is really not as bad as people make it sound, or as bad as the spikes method. So when I went in to get my veneers actually put in, it was 2 weeks after that 4th appointment, so I'm about 6 weeks in on the process. My dentist did put the teeth in, and they were so pretty, but they were not the exact shade of the back of my teeth. And a lot of dentists are going to be on the conservative side when it comes to how white your teeth are, just because if you go too white is when you get that really fake highlighter look. So I completely understand why dentists don't want to go super white. And so we were in between 2 shades whenever we were picking out my color, and my dentist went with the B of that shade, and once we put the veneers in, we both decided that I should have been the A of that shade. And so we removed the veneers again, we put on temp teeth again, and sent the impressions back off to the lab for them to remake them in the lighter shade. I came back again in 2 weeks, so I'm about 2 months in on the process, and that's when I got my veneers that are currently in my mouth now. If you don't have any technical issues with your veneers, or you don't need as much prep as I did, I would say that veneers are probably about a 30-day process, unless you go somewhere where they make the veneers in-house, which actually my dentist, since I've gotten my teeth done a year ago, now they make their veneers in the actual office, so I'm sure the process is shorter. But just from my personal experience, that's what I'm talking to you guys about right now. It took me 2 months, and if you didn't have all of the things that I had pop up, it would take you about 30 days. So a lot of you guys want to know about cost, and I partnered up with my dentist, and so I paid the lab fees basically of getting my veneers done. But just so you guys can gauge it and budget it wherever you're gonna go, it costs between about $1,000 to $1,500 a tooth, and I think that's very standard no matter where you go, unless I've seen a lot of YouTube videos of people going out of the country to get their veneers done, which if you want to risk it all, do that. I have heard that that's a little bit cheaper, and I've seen some videos on that on YouTube, but I think $1,000 to $1,500 is pretty standard. Like I said, I got canine to canine on my top and bottom teeth. I love how natural they are. Even whenever I talk to people, they're like, oh, I just thought you had perfect teeth, but that they were like your perfect teeth, which is always what I'm trying to go for whenever I get work done. Is like, I want it to be a difference. Like, I don't want to get work done for nothing, but for it to look like it was actually mine is what I'm going for. And as far as maintenance goes on my fake teeth here, I use a Sonicare toothbrush, so I do use an electric toothbrush, and I use a water flosser. So it's basically this machine, I'll throw a photo of it up here. It's basically a machine that shoots out water to clean your teeth so you don't have to floss, because when you have veneers, when you floss, you're supposed to floss out, not down, because then you can over time cause the veneer to get loose, and I just didn't like constantly flinging things from my floss out, so that's why I use the water flosser. And just while we're talking about oral care, I also use a tongue scraper, and I'll link all those down below. It has nothing to do with veneers, and you don't need it for veneers, but if you want to have a pink tongue and get all the gunk off of your tongue, I do recommend a tongue scraper. And I go in for regular teeth cleaning, so I'll go in every 4 to 6 months to have my teeth cleaned. And something else to really think about before you get your veneers done is that if you're younger getting them done, like I'm 25, it is something that eventually will have to be replaced again, which since they are expensive, it's just something to think about that further down the line you're going to have to invest in your mouth again. My dentist told me that the kind that I got would last me about 10 to 15 years depending on how I take care of them, which wasn't something that I put a lot of thought in before I got them done. I would still do it, and I love the way that they look, but just so you're aware of it, if you're on the younger side, is something that's going to have to be maintenance. You're going to need to take care of your teeth. So that's it, you guys. If you have any other questions about veneers or dental or getting work done, any of the things, leave them down in the comments below. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram at MadisonReedPayn, and I have a blog of the same name, MadisonReedPayn.com. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Make sure you subscribe, ring the bell, do all of the things, and until next time, bye!